Research Design Made Simple. Your guide to designing a reliable study. Struggling with study design? You're not alone. Most research failures occur long before experiments begin. A friend collects data only to find their design could not answer the question. It's painful, but avoidable. A shaky foundation makes your data and conclusions unreliable. Let's fix that. Today, I'll show you how to create a valid, reliable study without getting lost in theory. Grab your notebook. We'll go step by step. First, understand two key terms: reliability and validity. Reliability means consistency. Would you get similar results if you repeated the study? Validity means truth. Are you really measuring what you think? Imagine archery. Arrows hitting the same wrong spot is reliable but invalid. Hitting the bullseye is both reliable and valid. Every design choice strengthens or weakens reliability and validity. Treat them as your compass. When in doubt, ask yourself, does this step make my study more consistent, more truthful, or both? That question alone can guide dozens of small but important decisions later. Step 1. Define your research question and objectives. Good designs start with clear, specific questions. Avoid jumping into variables. Ask, what am I trying to find out, and why does it matter? Use the SMART criteria for questions: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, refine study stress in students to test if mindfulness sessions reduce stress scores in final year biomedical students during exams. A precise question acts like a map. It tells you where to go and what to ignore. Many students skip this and end up lost halfway through the project. Take time to write, rewrite, and test your question before moving on. Step 2. Understand variables and hypotheses. Variables are the study's DNA. Independent variables are what you change. Dependent variables are what you measure. In our case, mindfulness training is independent, while stress score is dependent. Record confounders, other influencing factors like sleep or diet. Write them down. It will save confusion later. Next, form your hypothesis predicting your expected outcome, such as mindfulness students will report lower stress than non-practitioners. A clear, testable hypothesis keeps your design focused. Pause. Can someone identify the dependent variable just from the title? If not, clarify before proceeding. And remember, hypotheses aren't guesses. They're structured expectations that guide every decision that follows. Step 3. Choose your study design. No single best design exists. Choose one that fits your question. Experimental designs show cause and effect. Observational designs record behavior when manipulation is unethical. Cross-sectional studies capture snapshots, while longitudinal studies observe changes over time. Case control designs compare conditions. Cohort designs follow a defined group. Each approach has strengths and weaknesses. Avoid the biggest mistake: mixing designs unintentionally. Describe your design clearly in your methods. Clarity impresses examiners. If you're unsure, read 2 or 3 published papers on similar topics. Seeing how others structured their design can spark ideas and help you avoid common pitfalls. Step 4. Sampling and sample size. Sampling decides whose voices shape results. Random sampling improves fairness. Stratified sampling includes diverse layers. Convenient sampling is quick, but introduces bias. Be honest about it. A small balanced sample can be stronger than a large, uncontrolled one. Use prior studies to estimate participant needs. Always explain inclusion or exclusion for transparency. A mirror study only reflects the population if the sample is representative. Here's a tip. Before finalizing, ask a peer to review your sampling plan. If they can't describe who's included and why, you may need to refine your explanation. Step 5. Bias control. Bias is the invisible enemy. Selection bias occurs when samples are unrepresentative. Recall bias arises from poor participant memory, while measurement bias stems from flawed tools. Defend against bias with randomization and blinding. Assign participants randomly and blind observers or analysts to prevent distortions. Simple coding like sample A and sample B helps. Bias can't be erased, but it can be managed. Prevention is better than correction. Think of bias control like cleaning glass. Small smudges are inevitable, but wiping them early keeps the whole picture clear. Step 6. Tools, calibration, and procedures. Your instruments and methods determine precision. Calibrate equipment regularly. Pilot test questionnaires for clarity. Keep conditions constant. Same time, same environment, same instructions. Treat methods like a followable recipe. Document every adjustment, date, version numbers, reagents, updates. This log helps during thesis writing and examiner questions. Reliability lives in the details, and documentation turns guesswork into evidence. Step 7. Data collection and ethics. Reliable data is planned and protected. Create timelines detailing who collects data, when, where, and how. Secure ethics approval before starting, preparing consent forms, and anonymization. Backup data twice, cloud and physical copies. Remember, reliability means responsibility. Ethical design respects participants and promotes transparency. Organization isn't busy work, it's the silent proof that you took your role as a researcher seriously. Step 8. Data analysis and interpretation. Design and analysis are partners. Decide on data types early. They dictate statistical tests like t-tests or ANOVA. Plan before data collection to avoid bias. When analyzing, go beyond p-values. Ask if the effect is meaningful in real life. Interpretation tells the story behind the numbers. What do the findings mean? Also, check assumptions before running tests. It's better to verify than to explain errors later. Step 9. Validity and transparency in reporting. After analysis, revisit validity. Internal validity asks if your design tested what it intended. External validity asks if results apply broadly. Discuss limitations openly, sample size, measurement error, or missing data. This honesty strengthens credibility. Transparency is key. Readers trust scientists who acknowledge imperfections. In short, be the researcher you'd want to cite. Step 10. Build reproducibility and future directions. Reliable studies don't end with data collection. Ask if someone could replicate your work in 5 years with your information. Document everything clearly for reproducibility. Consider future studies and unanswered questions. Designing with this in mind contributes to lasting knowledge. Research isn't just about getting results. It's about leaving a path others can follow. To recap, start with a focused research question. Define variables and confounders. Choose an appropriate design. Sample wisely and justify size. Control bias early. Calibrate and document tools. Plan data collection and follow ethics. Analyze thoughtfully and interpret results. Report honestly and make your study reproducible. That's your blueprint for reliable research. For templates and examples, download Research Design Made Simple in the description. Like, subscribe for weekly lessons, and share with classmates overthinking projects. Research Made Simple, that's our mission here.